Hi, and welcome back to Pixie's Projects, or welcome in if you're new. I just wanted to pop in really quick as editing Pixie and say that that break may have been a little longer than I thought it was. I went from it being one video to combining it, or to splitting it into two. So here's the second part of 50 Autumn Miniatures and my distressed crayons. Enjoy the video. Taking a little break. I've had lunch. I'm back. I'm refreshed. We're going to do some leaves. We got to do some mushrooms. We have to do the book plate part and do one on camera and then come off of camera and do the rest of them and come back and do the mushrooms. So I'm going to start with aged mahogany. And this is a great thing about fall leaves. You know what? I will do two because I'm going to add a bunch of colors. The great thing about fall leaves is they're whatever color I say they are or you say they are, and nobody can change it. It's perfectly acceptable. So I'm adding the aged mahogany onto this one. I just want to make a pile of my leaf colors. We need a good green that makes me happy. And like I said, I do not have all of these, so it is difficult to some degrees for me to do what I want. It's not the end of the world. I just don't have all the colors yet. I tend to pick these up as I see them. I put them on my Amazon wish list in case, you know, my kids are looking and want to buy me something. There's lots of ways to handle it. Let's see. We'll do this wild honey because we did not use that yet. But yeah, I just pick them up as I go. So that means I don't always get all of them right away. It takes a while. And then I want to do a yellow, I think. Ooh, we have a lot of yellow in that part though, but it's up here. Okay. So we'll do this, whatever this is. This one is mustard seed. Okay, so we still can add colors. We have rusty hinge. Let's see here. And spiced marmalade. I think that was one of the lighter colors I used in the pumpkin. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of that in there. If I can open it. There we go. Get that up here. So there's our spiced marmalade. And then I have like a raspberry color, but I want to see if it's, what color? This is seedless preserves. I'm just going to check that out real quick. That's a nice dark purple. We're going to throw that in there. Right up in there. And then what don't we have? We don't have brown. We will use our twigs again to get some brown on this one. Our gathered twig. And then I want to use, where are you? Dried marigold is too yellow. We'll pull in this color that we used on the first leaf as well. So there's two leaves with a good bit of color on them. We've used 7 colors. And I just kind of want to fancy all the leaves up because why not? I do need to turn the page this time because I cannot work the other way because I'm left-handed and it's a mess. I want my small paintbrush to start. So we're just going to try and drag all these colors into the edges of things, the edge of the line art. I'll never be able to do that with the big one. And right now I'm going to work one color at a time and then figure out how I want them to blend into the other ones. Like, do I want the light to go into the dark or the dark to go into the light? Because these colors aren't the same. They don't match. They're not going to just magically turn into a blend. You know what I mean? You got to pull them around. Need a little more water. We're going to carry on into this brown. Like that. And I think it's okay that coming against that acorn, these colors sort of match. But it doesn't, it's not a big deal because nature does that. It runs into itself and it matches, and it's okay. So I'm just going to pull away from my edges and come in here with some of this purple. And then continue to pull my brown out and into its corners. Now, I can admit that this could be my worst idea yet, or it could be my best. You know, I do play, and then sometimes it works out well, sometimes not so well. But when I come back with all the leaves finished, you'll be able to determine for yourself if it worked out for me or not. I do want this brown to blend more into the yellow. So I like that rich layering of colors we can get if I can make it blend right. So it looks, I want it to look kind of mottled, because that's how leaves look when their colors come together. But I do want to get that color up in there. All right, so now we've got the purple done and the yellow and the brown. And now we're going to go into the green and pull it out to its edges where it sits. Way too much water. So lunch was good, but now I'm a little sleepy. And I'm not thinking too straight, or I want to put that much water in there. All right, and we're going to pull that up into the brown as well. Get a little more water. And come down here and get all that filled in. Up against the edges. And then drag it up. I think there's enough liquid here where I can pull that in too. So yeah, that's all you're doing is just pulling the color around. And there's our first leaf. Leaf. All right, so with the first leaf done, because I used 4 colors on this one, I'm going to go ahead and get this one started for you too. And then I will go off screen and color in the rest, so that when I come back, you can see what all the leaves look like finished. Because I think seeing 2 of them will be enough where if you wanted to follow along or try your hand at this, you'll have seen enough to be able to do it. And you can always press rewind and do it again, because that's exactly how I'm going to be doing the rest of the leaves. I mean, I'm not pushing rewind, but I'm just going to keep doing the exact same thing, so I don't really feel like you have to watch that much of a video to see it finished. All right, a little more water. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, let me know in the comments if you want to see more coloring like this. This was specifically, like I said in the beginning, to show Sherry how I use distress crayons. It doesn't have to be that way. I have like 9 million different sets of pencils and watercolors and I don't know, everything. You know, you've seen my haul videos. I tend to buy a lot of stuff, and I do try to use all of it. I just don't make videos of it. So if it is something that you think you're interested in, let me know in the comments. If there's a specific brand of pencils or type of supply you'd like to see used, also tell me that, because I would like to do more of these videos. I'm just not sure that anybody is interested in seeing me color. But yeah, let me know. If you are, I certainly am happy to make a video for you too. And I'm sorry, I'm just being cautious with my water because this dark brown is dark, and I don't want it to wind up overpowering the rest of my fall leaf. So this is what I'm thinking. And some of the leaves I'm going to do more green with less other colors in them. But I just wanted to show you two with a lot of colors and just fun fall flavor to them. And there you have it. We have 2 leaves done. I don't know, a lot more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to go. So I will be back in a few moments. Well, in your time, no time at all. But as soon as I finish the leaves, I'll be right back. So I'm all set now. The leaves are done. They're just about dry. We're going to go ahead and do the mushrooms. And of course, like I said earlier in the video, unless that's a part I deleted because I had a lot of deletes, I can't stop making mushrooms red. And I don't have red. So what we have is aged mahogany, which is this color down here in this leaf. It's a brownish red. Festive berries, which is like a pinky red, and an orange, which is spiced marmalade. So we're gonna come as close as we can to making me some red mushrooms so I can be happy. So what I'm doing is just coming under the other underside of the bigger ones with the mahogany and along the edge of this side also. And I'm going to color one of these in. I'll color one of the large ones in because there's 2 different parts to that. And one of the parts is exactly the same for doing the bottom. So I'll get one started for, oh, I missed one. I'm just want to get them all colored because I'm obsessed like that and I shouldn't do it because I'm going to show you one. And like I said, I don't want this video to be so long that everybody just loses interest. All right, so we're going to do a big one. So I want this to be most of my color. So I'm just going to take that like that. And it's going to be the underside color as well. I don't think I'm going to put any of the spiced marmalade underneath. And I'm just going to put the orange at the very top. And I know that's not very mushroomy. I'm just going to reverse these on the other side. So this side will have the little bit of orange on this. And this side will have the little bit of orange in here and in here. So it'll just be mirror image. Okay, so let's get this mushroom colored. I'm going in at the bottom first and tidying up my little edges because they're messy. And I'm pulling the dark mahogany color, aged mahogany I think it's called, down into the bottom so that we're still getting a lighter color at the bottom, hopefully a little more reddish because like I said, that festive berries was rather pink in nature. A little more water, and I'll do the bottom section of this side. Same thing, just coloring them in and pulling the aged mahogany down into the area where the festive berries is. Just like that. I think it looks pretty good. A little dark. So now we're doing the same thing. This is the top edge of the mushroom. And right now we're just spreading out the aged mahogany across the bottom and getting some water on it so it moves easier. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going to take this side, since that's the part that's got the orange at the top, and pull it towards that side and do it again because I want that orange highlight thing, because it is kind of like a highlight, I guess, to be a big deal. Not huge, but I definitely want it to appear like it's a different color. So I'm just pulling everything kind of to the left. If I'm looking at it, it's the left. And now I'm just coming into the orange and blending it in. And I think I want to take a little bit of Mustard Seed, which is my yellow. No, this isn't. Marigold was my very yellow, which is here. Was this it? I don't know. Let me look. I don't want to put the wrong color on. That's very light orange. So Mustard Seed must have been the one that was... Yes, this is the one that's like pure yellow. Hopefully I'll be able to do this correctly and get enough on my brush. And I just want to throw some of that up in there to drag out so that it's a little more highlighted. All right, I feel like everything's spread along the mushroom. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these other three. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, our mushrooms are done. And now all we need to do is the book plate and put our name on it and do our highlights and any specialty things we want to do to it. So I'm going to go ahead and let this dry off. Everything is dry now, and we're going to go ahead and add our finishing touches to the page. I just realized while I was waiting for this to dry, I was editing the video that I have so far, and I realized that this is going to need to be 2 videos. So if there's anything inside the video itself that talks about it not being 2 videos, disregard, because the footage is over an hour already, and I don't want anybody to have to sit through all of that. So, our finishing touches for this, I have a couple ideas, and I'm not quite sure how I want to go about it. The first one I want to do is, I don't know. This is my electric eraser. So we're going to learn together, I guess. I don't know if the Distress crayons themselves erase. And now I'm curious because I had an idea just to make little dots, but I don't know if I can do it. So we're going to go ahead and try to do this. Worst case scenario is that I can replace what I've erased. Oh, no, it does erase. Huh. Alright, so I want to try and make like a kind of faux bokeh background. I'm just going to try and get some circles going in here. I've only ever done this with handheld erasers, not my electric. So this is an interesting idea. So the next thing I did was ahead of time, I put my name in pencil. I kind of tried to mimic the letters in the This Book Belongs To section. And so now we're just going to try to make semi-straight lines with my Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen in the size small. They're not going to be great, but they're letters. I really wish it didn't have, I mean, I know why the lines are here, but I wish it had no lines because I think it would look much better without these two black lines, but that's just my opinion. I still feel like I'm hitting stuff. All right, so then I thought what I could do, I have two of my, oh, there's yellow dust everywhere. Two of my Indra Creative pencils. I have a brownish red and a yellow, or an orangey red. I just want to kind of take the pencil, the dark pencil, about halfway up. And I feel like this is a lot of extra, and I could have just colored these in black. But everything looks so cool. I thought it would look neat if I made the letters look neat. But I'm just taking that about halfway up. I'm not doing any kind of measuring. Just eyeballing it. I'm lazy like that. Okay, now we're going to add in the next color. And I'll just do one letter to give you an idea what I'm doing, and then I will speed it up. So I'm just starting at the top and bringing the color down into the bottom. Okay, so at the end there, I used my blender pencil from Prismacolor just to try and go over that little bit so that I felt like it wasn't as white as it was. I'm just trying to erase a little bit of that. There's some schmutz there. There we go. Okay, so now we have our book plate done, and we get to add whatever little effects we want to add to it. I don't have a whole lot of ideas for what I want to do to it. I do want to fix our mushrooms because they have no white spots and they need white spots. So I have a Uniball Signo white gel pen, and I'm trying to figure out how to turn this so that you can see me. And I'm imagining this will go over. I could be wrong, of course. I figured since it's not really waxy, I might get some coverage. And it looks like my pen was just taking a second to warm up, which is fine. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up because all I'm doing is following the lines that are drawn on the mushrooms and filling them in with white. And now our mushrooms have their white dots. And the only other thing I think I want to do is use a little bit of glossy accents on our hedgehog's eyes. So I'll go ahead and put that on. I don't know why I like this so much when their eyes are shiny, but I do. So that is it for this picture. Sherry, I really hope that you liked it and you got to find out a little bit more about your crayons. If anyone else would like to see a video using supplies that they would like me to try out for them or in a specific book, let me know in the comments below so I can start doing more of these types of videos because I really do want to share my coloring with you. So until next time, my friends, have yourselves a very colorful day. Bye.